Hey everybody, Melissa here to do a timeless. I just realized my computer screen is in this shot here and I cannot move it right now. So hopefully by the next reading, I will have that fixed. My name is Melissa and I am going to be your tarot card reader. We are going to do a collective love reading. Guys, we are going to start out with the Light Seers Tarot here. And we are going to look into getting a card on your energy, the person that you have in mind's energy, as well as a potential outcome and an overarching energy. We will then clarify with this Rider-Waite tarot. And then we will get a message from the love guidance, dream guidance, love messages at the end of the reading as well. Anything, guys, that you need to know about myself or this channel, you can find in the description box below, the About section of my channel or the Community tab. You may also check out my website, which is www.thetaropist.com. And any other questions you may have for me, you can go ahead and comment in the comment section below. Also, any feedback or whatnot, you can do there in the comment section below as well. If you would like me to be more able to or easily able to pick up on your energy, do not forget to like this video. So your energy is more easy. Why can't I say what I'm trying to say? More easily picked up on and for the future readings. Okay, guys, we are now going to cut the cards here and start the reading. Okay, guys, the energy you bring to the connection that you have in mind is the Nine of Wands. The person you have in mind brings the Page of Wands, and then we do have the Ten of Swords with the King of Cups as the overarching energy. Okay, feels like love that is ending. Let me just put that all the way over there. Let's clarify. Let's figure out what's going on here. The Nine of Wands is asking you to kind of give this one more try, one last try, I want to say. There's one more push. And I don't know if that's toward the end of this connection or seeing things from a different perspective. The Devil card. So you have the Nine of Wands in your energy. They have the Page of Wands, and then the outcome here is the Ten of Swords. Again, the King of Cups is the overarching energy. So love is overall the overall feeling here. Romance, love, it feels like real and deep love, but we're going to get more. I do feel like there's something you're needing to gain a higher perspective on, and I feel like there's something blocking you. Definitely could be addictions of some sort. Generally speaking, the devil for me is just the human ego and how it can really deceive us. Yeah, it's like you're not able to see something correctly because you're holding on to an old belief. With the Four of Pentacles here, you're going through a process, I want to say, of becoming more, I want to say more perceptive, but you need a higher perspective, and you're gaining that. Because I do feel like this person is the love of your life, but I do feel like you're sabotaging this at this time. It feels like that. Like you don't think you're worthy of it, so you're sabotaging it by doing whatever this Devil card is. This could be a million different things for a million different people, okay? So this could be that you're out drinking every night because you don't feel worthy of something that you've never felt this strong of a connection to. I've done it. I want to say that I've literally done that exact thing. Or you don't feel like you're in a spot in your life where you can handle a love connection like this. And while you're in the middle of doing this, you aren't in that spot, right? So it does take, in order to gain this higher perspective of us trying one, I'm getting you maybe even have tried to stay away from whatever this is. It could be self-doubt, by the way, or anything that the ego is kind of deterring you from the truth with, okay? Or reality with, or we try to run away from our feelings with certain distractions or escape mechanisms, and that's what the devil card represents for me. You have the Nine of Wands, they have the Ten of Wands. There's an end of a cycle. I believe they've already finished out this cycle and they're ready. It's like they know what they want, and they're ready to go after it. I feel like that's you, by the way, but I don't think you're ready yet. And let's get more on the outcome here. I think there's a need for this to come to an end. I don't know if you guys are, you might already be in a relationship with the King of Cups in your overarching energy, and there's a need. It's like, you know, this is it. They know this is it. I'm trying to think of if you separated from them, maybe they separated from you. There was a need for separation. It does feel like it's going to come back into connection here. I'm excited to see this last card. I love the Justice card right where it is. And then there's one ultimate outcome card coming, and it's the High Priestess. What I was telling you about that deep connection. Some connections we feel on a third dimensional level. Okay. We do have the Seven of Swords there as the overarching energy of the clarification deck, which I'm going to leave out there because I actually feel that energy very heavily in this reading. It's you, I feel like, desperately trying to hide the deep emotions you feel for this person because you don't see that they feel the same for you, or you can't believe that they feel the same for you because of some self-doubt that you've been going through. I'm also going to say this, that this person feels like they've done a lot of work to end out some cycles in their life where they accepted things less than they deserve, right? So I'm going to say I love you, but I want to say that while you're in this energy here, you are less than they deserve at this time. That doesn't mean the person that you are meant to be is less than they deserve. You are exactly the person that is meant for them, but they deserve somebody who isn't afraid of the feelings they have for them and is willing to show them the feelings that they have for them and willing to gain this higher perspective by letting go of whatever this escape mechanism is, letting go of these old belief systems that have you treating them less than they deserve to be treated. Okay. I'm not saying that you're abusing them or treating them poorly. Well, I'm saying you're treating them poorly, maybe by just avoiding them or not being forthcoming with them about your feelings. It's like I can just see you desperately trying to deny or reject the feelings that you have for this person. Again, ultimately, I feel like there's a really good outcome here. And I do feel like this could be a divine counterpart or twin flame connection here. But what I'm going to say is I don't really get into labels. So what this feels like is the right thing, like the connection that maybe all of your life you've been hoping to find in each person. And I feel like each time you found something that wasn't it and settled for it, it kind of made you more susceptible to whatever these escape mechanisms that you're choosing now. Also, it kind of kept piling on to the damage that you're going to need to heal from later, which I think you're about to do now. Healing from these situations and whatever caused that within you originally. I feel like there's something that made you had you choosing the wrong people. I would say, back in the day, I used to say in this in my readings all the time is like, if we haven't healed from childhood trauma, we're going to go finding relationships that will kind of like validate that we are who we were afraid we were, okay? That we are the damaged us, okay? It's like we're not going to go find healthy, loving connections that support or encourage healthy, loving behaviors when we're not a healthy, loving person, okay? I'm going to breathe for a second here because I'm getting, I feel like I'm kind of skewing the message, but it does feel like there's some childhood trauma and then traumas that you kind of added on to that over the years by trying to escape from the childhood trauma, the original trauma, whatever that may be. That can be different for everybody. Trauma is a feeling, it isn't an action, like an action. So if um seeing a spider traumatized you as a child and that didn't traumatize somebody else, that's fine. You get to decide what literally traumatized you and changed your ability to do things or function on a functioning level. Okay. So trauma is something that it looks like you've been dealing with since childhood and have been running from instead of trying dealing with. The divine is saying with the Nine of Wands in your original, it's like just dealing with that or letting it come all the way to the surface and then getting to this Ten of Wands, releasing it is the only way that we can actually gain this higher perspective and let go of this old belief system and our old ways of escaping from things like love or relationships or reality. So I'm getting that you got into a bunch of unhealthy relationships to try to escape from reality. But this actually, this relationship is going to pull you into reality, if that makes sense. And it's going to make you feel things, very real feelings and raw feelings and vulnerable feelings. And it feels intense and you feel intimidated. But it's powerful and it's loving and it's going to be a beautiful connection. But you have to go through what you have to go through first, which is feeling the feelings from the trauma in your past. This is like letting it come up to the surface and not running to the bar to escape from it or whatever it is you use as an escape mechanism, not running for the next unhealthy relationship that you think is going to distract you from the real feelings that are coming up for you. So I don't think you're ready for this relationship, but I think it's very near as long as you can do the work that needs to be done, which again is just really feeling whatever is you've been running from your whole life. Feeling even the fear of rejection. So sometimes we sabotage a situation because we'd rather sabotage it than feel the rejection of it because we know how bad rejection has felt in our past, and we've been running from that feeling all of our lives. Or maybe we don't actually even know how bad rejection feels because we never got to it, right? We just feared it so greatly. We've been taught to fear it. Rejection is actually quite relieving, if you ask me. It's like I'd rather be rejected by somebody than not know anything about how they're feeling. Rejection gives you an out. It lets you go. It releases you. It lets you release them. So, anyways, that might be something going on because that keeps coming through very heavily right now. That you might be um, either avoiding rejection from this person. Like I said, I don't think you're ready necessarily for this connection yet. So I don't know what that might be. You might be in a connection with somebody now who isn't for you because you are too afraid to go for something that you know is right because you're afraid of the rejection that you would feel. It's like you're settling for somebody you don't have any feelings for because they can't make you feel rejected, if that makes sense. Something like that. That could be what this escape is. That doesn't have to be for all of you. Of course, always take the parts of the reading that do resonate for you and leave whatever does not. Some of you are using other things, drugs, sex, drugs, rock and roll to distract yourself from feeling whatever it is, unworthiness, shame, these things that we've been holding on to for our entire lives. Once we let them really come to the surface and feel them once and for all, we get to gain this higher perspective that we have been basically I'm getting like a mountain out of a molehill. It's like these things that if you look around at the things you're ashamed of in yourself, okay, if you look around and you see other people walking around doing those exact things shame free, it's like they become littler and littler and littler, but you've built them up so big inside of you that they've become this huge demon and maybe several different demons that it's all like going back to the core of this, which is something that made you feel unworthy, rejected, or whatnot in your childhood. And I'm not, I'm definitely, I understand that because neglect or feeling not good enough for your own parents is one of the most neglectful or rejectful things that you'll ever feel in your entire life. And then trying to come into the real world where the world does reject you and not everybody is going to like you, but you feel like that same wound is getting re-stabbed over and over and over again. It's kind of the energy I'm getting here. And what a painful scenario. But when you find out that it's your own feeling of unworthiness that allowed all of that to happen in the first place, uh, taking good care of yourself. This is what I'm going to say. Instead of running and escaping, taking good care of yourself, eating healthy, self-care routines at night, whatnot. I'm never going to be the person that says you can't have a healthy, successful life without waking up at 5 in the morning because I think that's bullshit. I think there's a different way for each of us to do our own thing. I will say self-love is not up for discussion. This means taking care of yourself in a healthy manner in the way that a healthy, loving mother would, which I think is needed here. And then, of course, which means taking a hard look at things that you don't want to see, but you need to see, and then making some big changes in your life, choosing a more healthy lifestyle, whatever that means for you. And then self-care is up to you, whatever you think that means for you, whatever makes you feel genuinely good about yourself. Whether, again, like I said, my night routine, castor oil, is like one of my favorite self-care items, but whatever it is you decide you want to do for yourself and your life to get you into a place where you can actually accept and receive this love. But you're in a very protected or guarded area in your life because you need to feel kind of it's like you've been just avoiding feeling this one feeling from childhood has kept you blocked from feeling anything real in your life, okay? And I do feel like you have some real love here. I do feel like you could have already been in a relationship with this person. This could be somebody you met and ran from immediately. Whatever this is, it feels, let me get some of these dream guidance love messages. It feels like the connection is going to be like the karmic justice for all that you've endured in this life. But what we all need to understand is that we have to serve up that justice to ourselves by self-love, self-care. Stop running from the things that we think are making us feel better, because they're making us feel worse and they're making our lives worse. And the things that we think feel bad, like feelings, emotions, crying, depression, these are things that are actually mandatory in releasing energies from our core that are blocking us from receiving all the good things that we know that we like. It's almost like you've known since you were a child that you were deserving of, or that you had all this potential, a higher timeline available to you, which we all do. But you've been running almost like you're so scared that that's not real. You've dreamt of this higher timeline where you can have millions of dollars and a successful career and all these things. You've been running from that, the fear of that not being accurate, not being true. And then again, because you've been giving all your power away to whatever these escape mechanisms are, it's like you've also given your power away to every single relationship or person, friendships, even work relationships. You've given so much of power away to other people. I regret hurting you. I do feel like that's you. I feel like you've hurt somebody. I feel like you've been hurt by many people, or you think you have. I think you've actually done it to yourself. A lot of it has been done to yourself. Even, yes, narcissists who have abused you because you allowed it. And I'm sorry to say that. I love you so much, but we stay in relationships that we know are abusive, and that is our fault. We have the capability of leaving. I don't care how controlling that person may seem. We can always leave. We always have choice. I wish things could be different. And I think that has to do with this connection. I feel like this person felt really rejected by you originally, or something like that. Or you maybe feel rejected by them, or I don't think they rejected you. I know they didn't. I don't think you're ready for this relationship, but I think the divine has kept it kind of apart for now. Whew, a lot of information coming through, you guys, but it's ultimately saying here that you can have this connection immediately as soon as you let go of this old belief system, and this meaning that you need to stop running from thinking that you can keep escaping from life and heal it at the same time. You have to feel it. You have to sit in whatever it is you are running from. Okay. And in order to, it's painful. It's not fun. Nobody likes that. But the only way you're going to ever grow and be ready for something that is more loving in this higher timeline is by really feeling whatever it is that you've been running from your whole life. Okay. I love you guys so much. And what did I say here? I wish things could be different, and I regret hurting you. Um, okay. So I'm sorry. That was a powerful message from a parent, or whatever happened to you in your childhood. It feels they could be passed on, by the way. They could still be here, but incapable of saying this in the third dimension for whatever reason. It feels like a genuine apology from whomever made you feel originally like you weren't worthy of anything. Um, it's like they were intimidated in your childhood by your own light, like your own parents were intimidated by your light, your innocence, your purity. So they made you feel like everything was your fault and like you were unworthy. And I'm so sorry about that, honey. And I'm sorry that that came out at the very end of this reading, more clarity on that. But I do feel that this person, these people really want you to know that they only made you feel that way because they felt like you were so worthy. And it made them feel unworthy. Okay. I love you so much. And I will see you guys very soon. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, especially if you'd like your energy to be more likely to be picked up on in future readings. Okay. I love you so much, and I hope you have a great day.